Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 53. That's all I got. It's episode 53. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hello, hello.
And we got Mike.
We hit the millennium. We did it.
And Tomas.
Hey.
See, I was saving that till the end of the podcast, but might as well. Mike, just...
No one knows what the millennium means.
Oh, I disagree. Everyone knows what the millennium means. So in the case of the Machine of Nonsense, the millennium is we have eclipsed 2,000 downloads, folks. Really awesome. In fact, by the time this hits, if we kind of follow the same trajectory, we're going to be up over 2,100 at that point. We've been really kind of growing listenership for whatever reason. You guys are liking the social media posts. I don't know, but thank you, everyone. Just wanted to say that. Maybe the bracket of nonsense.
I think Aaron's been on the last couple, and
That's it.
I mean, it kind of coincides. The big jump in downloads does coincide with, Aaron being on the pod. So
It's got such a soft, gentle voice. It's just probably soothing to our listeners.
And he either hates something or just loves it unconditionally. So I think that's, he really embodies the political aspect of America right now. So I think
no in between for Aaron.
Yeah. Aaron is all of us, really, I think. But
every man.
So episode 53, we're going to talk. We didn't do an official what's coming in November episode because we kind of already talked about, Q4 of this year, what we were excited about and everything else. So we didn't need to break down November in too much detail, but I did want to have a little bit of conversation just to start it off on. We got some things coming up the rest of this month. It's first week of November right now. Does anything stand out to you guys? Anything you're real excited about the rest of the month of November? Mike, you can start it off.
Ghostbusters for me. I think I'm gonna go see that. Load up the fam. Head up. They've started watching the 2016 Ghostbuster film, and they've really liked that one. So got them primed for some more busting.
Awesome. I've wondered what kids thought of that one. I feel like I've never really gotten the pulse of the younger generations on the lady focused Ghostbusters.
I never saw it, and I still haven't really seen all of it. I've just kind of caught bits and pieces while they're watching it. Yeah, they dig it. I think two of the four. So
okay.
I think they'll like this Afterlife, right? Is the subtitle?
Yeah.
I think they'll dig this one a lot more. If a movie has kids in it, they just respond to that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Their peers.
Yeah.
It's Avatar effect. It's like you feel like you can put yourself in.
Yeah, and I think they're really leaning into the Stranger Things of it all, in this new one. So yeah, so that's cool. I'm excited for them. I've been a Ghostbusters fan practically my whole life. I mean, some of my earliest memories are dressing up as a Ghostbuster as a 5-year-old or whatever. The movies came out right before. Well, the first movie came out right before I was born, so it was still big in the culture and everything as I was a kid. So
Ecto Cooler. I see.
Oh yeah.
What up?
Yeah.
Missed me just a little bit. I see my kind of earliest memories are my brother dressed up as Ghostbusters, but I was too young to really get into it. So it kind of missed me, but I am excited for the new one. I think it looks fun and enjoyable.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Bustin' makes me feel good. You took the words right out of my brain hole
This
there.
is a family show, guys. That's gross. That's gross. Oh boy. So Kayla, the rest of
There's
November,
gonna be a blowjob scene in this one.
oh God, I hope not.
I hope not. I hope.
This isn't it, you know.
Or The Shining. I just watched The Shining for Halloween the other day, and I
Oh,
forgot
man.
about that scene in the hotel room.
Gosh.
The person in the
Good old
dog costume.
Stephen King. Gosh. There's like an elaborate backstory to that couple in there. I've read an article on
is.
that. So.
I know
There's a lot of.
Stephen King was
There's
still doing a lot of coke and drinking at the time he wrote that one. So.
the Shining community around that movie is something.
It's a
They
rabbit
have
hole.
theories, and they'll tell you about them.
It's a rabbit hole, baby.
Kayla, I have a theory that I know what your most anticipated thing is for the rest of the month, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. What are you really looking forward to in November?
You think you know?
I think so. You know, maybe I don't.
Honestly, I want to check out. I mean, November doesn't have too many great looking things, but definitely things I think I would enjoy. I want to watch House of Gucci. I need more Adam Driver in my life.
It's a good pick.
Gucci gang.
I like
Gucci
it.
gang,
That's
Gucci
not what
gang.
I. That's not what I thought.
I know. I was like, we don't talk about this. Like, I haven't really mentioned it. I also want to see Encanto. That looks real cute.
I mean, you know, I'm a Gaga head, so I'm all about Gucci. You
Is
know?
that what they call them? Gaga heads?
Probably not. No.
Little
Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, monsters.
I didn't think so. I
We're
was
gonna
like,
have
that
to
didn't
talk to
sound
her
right.
about that. He's gonna have to back off on Monstars.
Yeah,
Come on,
for real.
let's.
Yeah. Well, once she
move
really makes it,
aside.
we'll.
We're at 2,000 downloadables.
So 3008. She's so through 2008.
Yeah.
All
Once
right.
Gaga really like makes it big, then we'll get the lawsuit going. So we're gonna
Yeah.
wait it out a little bit. You know, maybe
Let her
after
pad
House of Gucci.
Let her pad the expense account a little.
Yeah.
I will also check out the Resident Evil movie. Is that what you
I
thought
think
I was
that's
going to say?
what Eric thought it was. Yeah.
No, see, you guys are all wrong.
Way up. Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Oh, I thought I was on movies. I'm sorry. I am excited about Skyrim.
I know for a fact, like you've
Free
been
for
like
all.
just. I mean, I know you're like
I'm
the
sorry. I was
biggest.
zoned into movies.
I know. I'm super excited for Skyrim at 10
I
as
am.
well.
That's true.
I don't know that I'm gonna replay it necessarily. I'll probably, watch you play
will.
it here and there. I might dabble, but I'm excited for all the conversations around it. More than anything, I want to see just like the retrospectives and all. I'm sure it's gonna be on all the podcasts I listen to and everything. And it's such a cool, ubiquitous like thing in the video game world. I got onto Skyrim real late. I mean, I played it probably 6 years after it was out, or something like that for the first time. And just hooked, and Kayla too. So I wanna relive all that again, like just like the because I didn't get to live it the first time when it was like coming out and it really had the hype initially. I was late hype on it.
Yeah.
So I wanna hopefully that that same
You
kind
want
of
to
situation.
ride the hype?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope that. I
Second
hope
wave.
it's as exciting as I think it's gonna be.
I'm still torn because the whole time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play it on the Switch. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna take it to work.
Oh yeah.
But then Eric told me like, oh, we get it for free because of whatever we already bought it before.
Game Pass. Yeah.
Game
Right.
Pass.
Oh, so it's like, oh, well, I don't want to have to pay for a game that I have for free.
Yeah, but
It's on the Switch though.
Yeah, it's on
Sometimes
Switch.
you gotta do that. I thought about buying Hades, even though I owned it on.
Oh yeah, baby.
Or
I'm
downloading
telling
it
you.
on Game Pass, even though I own it
Tell you
on Switch.
It's been fun traveling.
I got a
with
couple
Hades.
days to decide.
It's been fun traveling with Castlevania. It's been fun traveling with Hades.
I don't
It's
get
been
a
fun
whole
traveling
lot
with
of time
Skyrim.
at work. Honestly, it could be like 15 minutes.
It's enough time to find a
that
little
I might
cave,
get.
little
Right.
dungeon
Find a
action
cave,
there.
figure it out. Killed a couple
Right.
giant spiders.
You can have a whole blacksmith career in that 15 minutes. I mean, like, come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
collect
Just
some
keep
I
cabbage.
still
flipping
got
simple
notes in
knives
my
over
phone
and over
about
again. Get
where
that
I
black
stored stuff in my house.
Oh man, it'd be so cool if the I think we still have data on the PlayStation for like your Skyrim run. I want to say so. It'd be cool if I doubt that's gonna like cross play with Game Pass, but
Cross
No.
tech.
right. But still, you could create the same house. Just do it over.
Yeah,
Yes,
just fill it with
sure.
cabbage.
How about you, Tomas? What you looking forward to in November?
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to buying Skyrim for the 10th time. It's already on my Switch. I'm looking forward to rebuying it on my Switch.
Yep.
Of course, you know me, I got the Pokey and the Mans. Looking forward to the remakes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip a coin on which version I buy because honestly, it doesn't matter. Actually, I think if it's like the original Diamond and Pearl, one of them has one extra fire Pokemon in it, so you got two options at a fire Pokemon throughout the game.
Well, you can't get Palkia if you buy Pearl. Like if you want Palkia, you got to get Diamond. If you want
True.
whatever Dialga or whatever.
Palkia is the better of the two.
Well, there you go.
That's probably where I'll go. But isn't the GTA trilogy coming out too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Or
Yeah.
no, is that December or is it
No,
November?
that's
Oh no, that's
November.
physical release.
Oh wow.
Digital. I believe it comes out in this month.
Soon.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I wish Vice City was coming to Game Pass, but it's San Andreas. So
Ooh.
See, I'm excited because that's the one of the three I haven't like played through. I played like maybe half of San Andreas.
Okay.
And that was like the last GTA that I really touched. So
San Andreas is a lot. Like it's like bonkers how much is in that game on a PS2. So I kind of just wanted a more bite-sized open world GTA, and Vice City would have been there. So
yeah.
but I'm still gonna boot up San Andreas.
Yeah, speaking of bite size, I used to love getting fat in that game. I just like to eat a lot and get super chunky. So
yeah,
there you go.
I love the bike system so much that I could never be because I was just constantly riding bikes in that game.
Constantly right. It's like gotta stay fit, baby.
So yeah, I was just whatever I could eat would just instantly just like I said, that game has too much going on.
it's a lot. Yeah. It's like their first like foray into all of those like RPG mechanics.
Wild.
Yeah, when four released, it's shocking like how lean that one is, even though it is like a next gen beautiful game and everything. It doesn't have the more wacky bonkers stuff that the jetpacks and the weird, RC airplanes and shit like that you do
everything that everyone loves in GTA Online.
Right. Yeah. San Andreas is kind of the mold for some GTA Online, especially that game had co-op in it. I wonder if that'll still be in the HD one, but
be fun.
Yeah, excited for those. Good call, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to going back, and it's like God, I can't even remember the last time I experienced those games. So
no thanks.
Been since release for me.
I
Kayla,
bought the
avid
PS2
hater of the GTA series,
and went back to them. They were rough. They were rough to go back to. So I'm hoping, they're making gameplay changes and cleaning up stuff for these. So
just wondering if
I hope they feel a little honored.
Wondering if I could still do the blow up all the cars codes in part 3 and infinite ammo.
I know a lot of them still up here. I hope that they still work.
Holy smokes.
I put the codes in a million times. Like they're like literally like every day was just putting in the ammo code,
dropping tanks out of the sky
100 times. So you just had enough ammo to, get you through. Those games were so fun with cheats. Like probably the last frontier of like cheat code gaming.
Yeah.
Oh God. So
make you a believer, Kayla. I think I'll boot up San Andreas and I'm gonna you get to play an hour or something and maybe you'll dig it.
Hard sell.
It's cool.
Hard sell.
That one's got just a great vibe too, like the 90s,
West
LA
Coast. Yeah.
Watts
Yeah.
kind of thing going on. It's cool.
I was gonna say only if I hear Shania Twain. Is that Shania Twain who sings that? All I wanna do is have some fun.
Sheryl
That makes me
Crow.
feel very
Sheryl
Sheryl
Crow.
Crow.
Yeah.
You got
Santa
me.
Monica Boulevard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure there's a
Great,
mod to add that in there at some point.
great,
I'm sure
great
there is.
soundtrack in San Andreas as well as Vice City. I hope
Oh yeah.
they come untouched. I haven't heard them say anything about the soundtracks yet for these, so
They should have the Buko bucks to make that happen.
oh, they do.
Yeah.
I hope
They
that they
actually
did
want
the
to
work.
spend it. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah.
They'll make
yeah. They
game
put in the
bucks.
work graphically and gameplay wise. They need audio as well. Like,
Yes.
has to be.
It's half the experience. We talked about how you used to just drive around for hours stealing
Yeah,
cars and switching radio stations.
yeah. I mean that driving in the country in San Andreas, like on a quad, and
That's it,
you know,
man.
listening to George Strait, man, that doesn't get much better than that.
Sounds therapeutic to me.
It is. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm more relaxed by proxy than just you saying that.
George
Yeah.
Strait. Wow. Did not think that's where that conversation
You
was
took
going.
me there, man. I'm there right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's November. We got a couple trailers that I wanted to talk about. That two things that are premiering in December. One that's interesting and one that I'm actually kind of a little bit excited about.
Okay.
Have you guys seen 8-Bit Christmas? The Neil Patrick Harris movie that's coming out this holiday?
I watched the trailer for it recently because it was on the script. I hadn't heard of it.
That
Mm,
It was new to me. They're kind of sort of remaking A Christmas Story. They even like say that in the trailer, like this is a
yeah.
new Christmas story or whatever else. But instead of the Red Ryder BB gun, it's an NES. It's a Nintendo Entertainment System. So
okay.
Yeah.
And it's Neil Patrick Harris, so
the pitch is great. I love that pitch. I don't know how I feel about that trailer or like Neil Patrick Harris being, I guess, the main character. Well, the kids, it's him telling the story of his like Christmas in the '80s when the Nintendo
Yeah.
came out and everything
Mm.
else. So I don't know how much he's in it aside from being like a narrator. It seems like it's following him as a kid and his friends and everything else. Very akin to a Christmas
Princess
Story.
Bride kind of thing.
That's what
where-
I was
Right.
thinking. My mind
Yeah.
immediately went there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got the vibes of those things, which like, okay, you're telling me you're mixing a Princess Bride with a Christmas Story mixed with Nintendo. Like, all right. That's
Yeah.
a
The only
pitch.
thing,
That's a
the only
pitch
thing
there.
wrong in there is Neil Patrick Harris. So,
I think he's fine. Like,
he's
you
hit
know,
or miss.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fine.
His moments in the trailer were not great for me. It was really seeing just the A plot, like the kids in the '80s just trying to hunt down an NES. Like it seems like a group of like 5 kids are like banding together to try to track down a Nintendo. And yeah, that sounds awesome. And it's coming to HBO.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check that out. Yeah.
There's a lot of whimsy to that idea, just being a child when I can't even imagine what it must have felt like when the NES was like just getting off the ground and stateside and you hear about Super Mario Brothers like whispers in the playground. Like it takes you back.
Yeah, I'm a mark.
Yeah. I feel you. Look, man. I'm marking many different kinds of things, dude. Like I come on here and I talk about Pokemon games I bought like 5 times over. Like, right, give it a new coat of paint, I'll rebuy it. Like I'm playing Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. I probably bought the game in 3 different formats. That too. It's like I love all this shit. It fills a special void in my heart.
Yeah, I hope they really lean into just all of that, all the hype around the like Nintendo's launch and everything else, because I didn't experience that. I mean, I didn't get my Nintendo till sometime in the early '90s. I was a 8-year-old or something like that. So probably what 10, 12 years after it launched in the US or whatever. So, late to that as I was late to Skyrim, but
Hey.
I hope they lean into that, like all of the Black Friday stuff and just, in the same way, my favorite Christmas movie of all time is Jingle All the Way, which
It's double time.
I like that aesthetic of the masses being crazy and looking for this fabled thing, and if it's a Nintendo on top of that, come on, that's cool.
It's like a real thing though, man. It's like back in the day, it's like if you didn't get it, you were fucked. Cabbage Patch Kids, forget
Yeah, the
about it.
Furby when that was a
People
thing.
got trampled for that shit. So,
The Wii, when the Wii came out, it was every time, every 5 years we get a thing that is just
I remember waiting in line at 4 a.m. with Josh and his brother and Mike trying to get Wii's in front of Walmart.
Yes. No, thank you. I don't need that kind of energy. Yeah. I'll watch it on the movie. I think it'll be fine, but
yeah, this year it's just everything. You just can't get anything, so
Yeah, that's
the best possible future.
Oh, absolutely.
Digital downloads.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing.
Yep. Would you download a Nintendo though?
Already got one, baby.
I did.
I got a Super Nintendo, physical Nintendo, and I got digital versions too.
So the other trailer I was talking about, it was the Book of Boba Fett trailer. We got kind of a pretty lengthy one, couple minutes long, showed us kind of what that is going to be. I was a little skeptical at the end of, what was that, Mandalorian, where they, the after credits was oh, Boba Fett's going to take over, Jabba the Hutt and everything. It looks like it's on the same scale and budget as the Mandalorian. So
looks really nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about, because I like Star Wars and I like those side stories, not the Skywalker stuff. Expand upon that universe and everything else, and they're leaning into the underworld aspect, and Boba Fett's gonna take over Jabba the Hutt's empire or whatever. So if it's a Star Wars Sopranos kind of thing, Star Wars mob show, I'm into it. What are you guys feeling on that?
Give me Dash Rendar, and I'm in.
Want to watch it? They showed too much.
Yeah, but what they showed was enough to pique my interest for sure. Just seeing him, at the table with all the, other kind of dark
gang lords.
World-ish. Yeah, right. I'm a sucker for those kind of scenes and stuff like that. So we'll see how much they can stretch out that concept. I don't know, but we'll see. It seemed pretty small scale compared to Mandalorian, is just the concept. Why I don't know how. I don't think they're going to be good planet hopping and stuff like that in this show.
Yeah, I hope it's a shorter run too, a mini series. Maybe it's only 6 episodes or something. That would be kind of ideal.
You think we'll see more crossover, more Mando?
I think they're going to marvelize it, and it's going to lead to something. There's going to be a breadcrumb trail at the end of every one of these shows that's going to, lead you to Ahsoka or, the Rogue Squadron movie or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no chance that there's not at least cameos or whatever by whomever.
Well, I mean,
whether
Mando
it's Mando
specifically.
or
Obi-Wan or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, Obi-Wan would be great.
That's soon, right? Or is that early 2022?
I don't know if they've given that a date, have they? Or maybe they said Q1 or something. Yeah,
I'll have
maybe.
to call up Hayden and ask him. I'll call him.
Oh,
yeah,
he's going to be at C2E2 this year. We can ask him in person.
Oh shit! Oh,
yeah.
I will.
Saturday, Sunday, C2E2.
Oh, man, I hope I can go. I'd like to go.
Go.
I hope we can go a day too.
Yeah, for the Saturday we got some stuff.
Wedding shit,
yeah, wedding.
Marriage.
I mean, yay, beautiful.
It is such a fun date. It's 12, 11, 21, so it's the same forward as it is backward. It's cute.
Yeah, that's that Rush album, right?
Yeah.
It's a Coheed song. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, let's get to the main event
It's a great Cody song.
footage that we got
Woo!
recently. Elden Ring. We got like 15 minutes of Elden Ring. That's coming out in January, late January, right? Of next
February.
year.
Late
February. Okay.
Oh, can't
October.
wait that long.
So we got our first, well, not our first footage, but like our first real deep gameplay footage. 15 minutes of like just really getting in there. We saw bosses, we saw traversal, we saw the map, mechanics, crafting mechanics. I mean, like I think like literally
Everything but
everything.
picking up this sparkly shit on the ground.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Not
did
Pick
not
like,
that up.
having like a HUD and seeing like stuff like that was weird to me.
yeah.
But yeah, they showed a lot. It looks really nice. Just a mixture of all of their games put together with a dash of God of War and Breath of the Wild in there. Uh,
Sign me
Sign
up.
me up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just like a semi truck's worth. Like, back that shit up.
It looked good. I was excited watching it. All the creatures look just grotesque and nightmarish. And when you guys all watched it, right? Or
Twice.
don't mind a
I'm an
little
expert.
spoiler
I've watched
about
it
it.
twice as well.
When he's fighting that like multi-armed dude and he like takes that dragon head and the dragon head's
Godric
biting him,
the
it just looks
Golden.
so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's like they show like a boss fight that you just run into in the world in the forest area of some kind, and he's raining down this red lightning, and you're summoning like these like blue arrows coming from the sky, and your
Yeah.
co-op partner's got that same dragon arm thing, and just a lot of cool effects going on.
Yeah.
It was those fights were really impressive.
Yeah, when you show multiple characters with dragon arms
Yeah.
in one trailer, like come on, there were no less than 3 dragon arm like characters in
They
this.
brought the dragon, just like it had a very Skyrim kind of like, oh shit, we're just walking around. It's dragon.
There we
just
go. Yeah. It's like,
shows like a Godric praying to like some burnt up dragon that's staked in the top of his castle and stuff like. A lot of dragons, a lot of all the dragon heads out there getting their fill with Elden Ring.
Seemed
Just
like
for-
there's no fall damage. They really
Yes,
showcased that.
yes.
They're doing that a
Leaping
lot.
off
that's a wonderful thing.
Seemed
I don't know,
very like traverse, like you're climbing on gutters
Like
and
vertical, like real
shit.
vertical.
Yeah.
yeah, those weird horse jump spots were kind of funky, but like steam vent areas that the spirit horse can just fly up on. Looked kind of silly, but
Hey,
it was
It's
all right.
probably the thing that I was a little concerned about because like Sekiro had a bunch of systems in it of like you had like a grappling hook and stuff so you could get up. There was a lot of verticality in Sekiro, but like there were systems in place for like, okay, I have a grappling hook, I'm gonna grapple from this area, get up high, jump to this area, grapple. It was all
Yeah.
built into like the mechanics of the game. This looked like you can do stuff, like you can get up high and you can jump from place to place. You got a jump button, but like
ooh.
you're just kind of doing it ad hoc. You're just kind of on your own as far as
Yeah,
like
it
whether
doesn't-
you should or not.
It doesn't
Hey,
look very like well indicated. Like this is a place
Right.
you can climb.
I like that though. Like,
Yeah.
I like it, like exploratory. It's like, all right, let's roll the dice. I'm gonna jump
Do
off
it,
motherfucker. So-
No fall damage, so why
no
not?
fall damage, so there's no consequences to my poor actions.
Yeah, not having some kind of HUD, some kind of life bar. It was tough to tell. Like when you get hit, are you really getting hit in this one, like a Dark Souls or something? Like, are you taking half
Yeah.
of your fucking life from
It's like,
one? Because it seems like the character gets jumped inside that cat, like he gets backstabbed by an enemy and he died. Like it was a quick cut away.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it,
you didn't
it
get
was
to see
tough
if
to
you got up.
gauge how. Because there were points in this trailer where you could have told me it was an Assassin's Creed game, and I would have believed you. Like there's like a weird stealthy kind of section, and combat seemed more towards that way maybe than what we've seen in previous From Software stuff.
Sekiro had a decent amount of stealth, so I think they're taken from that. You know, a good amount.
Right. I guess maybe the game's just losing some of that, like just the way that Dark Souls map and everything seems so crafted and put together. You know, and this is more open, and I think it's going to lose, and I have to accept that it's going to lose some of that like, you know, aha moments of finding a shortcut or something like that. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any of that unless it's in a dungeon of some kind.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. The map is interesting.
Yeah, the map just seems really bottlenecked in areas, like real just it's not it seems like you're going to be guiding north, like you're just going up this map. It's not
The
as
castle.
wide. It looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how much fast travel is gonna, if there's even going to be any fast travel. They didn't mention whatsoever. Whether
I would
there is or
assume
not.
there's like points of grace, or what that's like the bonfire equivalent in this. Will probably be, maybe halfway through the game you'll gain like the bone that lets you teleport. How these work.
The teleboner, yeah, I did see that in the
There it is.
in the credits. They said, yeah.
Did we see? Do you collect souls in this?
I didn't see any of that really. Like when he would kill something, I didn't see.
I did see him absorb certain things, but didn't see a counter. And there were what appeared to be like pickups to me that they did not pick up or show any type of screen like that.
Yeah. Like what are you finding when you get to
Lots
the
of
end
different
of this dungeon?
armor and stuff.
Yeah, they showed a variety of different cool looks and weapons and things like that. Different special moves. He's like shooting like these wind blasts out of a certain sword at some point.
It looks cool.
The summons look. That's what the God of War influence kind of shown for me. They looked very similar to those. Like, I'm going to summon a deer and it's going to heal me or something, or I'm going to summon this, group of guys that are just that have clubs and they're going to beat their stuff for me.
Just summon the riffs.
Right. Yeah.
I think one of the interesting things in that regard, like with the combat that they showed, I know there's going to be different classes because they released, like for the beta, they're doing the beta test. I think that's in January, maybe they're doing a beta, or December, whatever.
People are playing it now. Yeah.
Oh, are they already? Okay. Yeah. And it's like 4 different classes. So it's still class based. It seems like it's still like an RPG and you choose a class, but they were showing,
we didn't see that though,
No, it looked like, because you definitely saw different costumes. At least you saw like different armor sets and different weapons and stuff. So maybe that was class based, but it looked like even like the knight character who just had like a long sword or whatever, like a 2-handed sword, was still able to do like summons, magic, like.
Yeah,
it seems like more varied maybe than what you're used to in a Dark Souls. Either you're
load out your classes a little bit more customizable.
Yeah.
A little more spread out.
If you want to use some of that cool spell shit, you have to dedicate, your character to that. That's a good. I'm glad you picked up on that because it did look more like you can have it all kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a little daunting to me. I was like, man, this is a lot of different mechanics. Like, because I am sword and board in the Dark Souls games.
Sword and board, man.
I just
heavy armor,
the heaviest armor. Yeah, give me the heaviest
Okay.
armor. Give me a big ass shield and a short sword that I can hold in one hand, or like an axe or something. And that's me. I've played through 4 of these games with that strat. And that's what I'm doing.
Sure.
But
trees are daunting, bro.
I think that'll be possible in this.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not like recommended. Maybe if depending on how how much they lean into, like, yeah, you're gonna want to be summoning, you're gonna want to be raining down blue arrows and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, thunder arrows and whatever. That like mounted knight, was he wearing? And I can't think of the guy's
Havel.
name. Havel.
Looked like
Was he?
Havel's armor.
Was he just
Very
Havel? Like, because he had like the Havel tooth, right, and like everything.
Yeah, that was the point where I'm just like, man, they're just really making Dark Souls designs. So I didn't think it was an exact 1-to-1 of Havel. I think the helmet is different. I think it has horns that like similar to a bull almost, if I remember right. But still, just like the way it looks and the size, very very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering. I wanted to look that up and see if other people were, having a discussion on that, because I just like immediately when I saw it, I mostly saw the armor and the fact that he was carrying like what looked to be like a bone
Havel's
tooth or whatever.
tooth
Like,
or whatever, yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh, it's just Havel from like the previous Dark Souls stuff. But so what's the hype level, guys, overall, since seeing this and everything we've seen so far?
I'm super excited for it.
It seems fun. I mean,
Just there's a part where he just like jumps down a cliff and he turns and there's like a dark little area and there's a door there and you open up like I'm a sucker for that. I love the journey, the exploration, being rewarded for looking around every little nook and cranny. If a game's going to do that for me, sign me up. Yes.
I have one concern.
Ooh.
That's just because I don't have a next gen yet, and I don't know if I want to sour the experience by getting it for the PS4. So I'm hoping by the time it does come out, I may have procured one of the two. But
Right.
yeah, it's just one of those things. I may hold off until I got the proper hardware to fucks with it.
Yeah.
It's the exact reason why I pulled the trigger when I did and got the Series S, because I'm like, man, I'm having these like experiences already, even with like indie games where
Now,
it just
well,
runs like ass. And
vicariously through you, I've been experiencing it more and more. And like hearing your feedback on some shit, I'm like, yeah.
So that was
one aspect of that. Is it was developed for current gen, and I think they're just like up-resing it and stuff for next gen or what. Well, okay, so
I don't
last
trust that
gen
shit.
it was developed for last gen, and they're up-resing for current gen. So maybe that's okay. Yeah. Well, Cyberpunk didn't do that really well. So
right.
who
No, they
knows?
didn't.
Right.
No, they
Nothing is control, like, and that was before the next gen was even out. It ran like shit on last gen, unless you had a PS4 Pro or a One X, which I didn't. And I like playing that game now, and it running the intended.
It runs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Elden Ring, I think we're all, kind of super excited about that. You should be too out there in
February
listeners.
25th.
February 25th. Thanks, Kayla. That's awesome. That's probably my most anticipated just thing that has a date at this point. I can't think of anything that I'm more excited for. What I'm really excited for is our nonsense of the year conversation. So, at the end of this year, either late December or early January, I would like to have an episode, maybe multiple episodes. It might take multiple episodes where we kind of generate a list of all of our favorite stuff of the year, favorite movies, favorite TV shows, favorite video games, and maybe some moments, maybe some characters. We'll hash that all out, but I wanted to start that conversation now because we're into November now. We've seen a lot, we've played a lot. There's a little bit still to come, and we can have that discussion too. What might make its way on the list between now and the end of the year. But there was some great stuff early in the year, and I'd like to revisit some of that, the conversation around, like our early episodes and the stuff we were checking out around then. So let's just get into it. What do you guys think? Everyone just pick a movie. I'll go around the room and what kind of really stood out and you think is definitely needs to make our list at the end of the year. Tomas, you can start us off.
I didn't watch too many movies this year, but I do remember us talking about Judas and the Black Messiah, and I really, really enjoyed that movie. Still do. As far as anything else new that came out, God, what else did we really talk about?
I know. I'm like, let me get my list
I'm like,
out.
yeah.
Let me take a look.
Put me on the spot, man.
Judas and the Black Messiah is definitely high up on my list too. It was the first thing that came to mind for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great pull because that was early in the year. It's easily forgotten in the sense that it's been such a long time since that movie came out and we were discussing it. But, that's a movie I'm gonna just love forever, I think. I mean, or appreciate forever. So
I remember us talking more about series. We did a lot of series wrap up,
big,
kind of podcast.
Big TV year in my
yeah.
Looking back, it's man, games. It was fine. Movies fine. TV, wow. Yeah, there's some big shows this year that
Where's a
might
big
be some of my
show?
favorite.
Well, aside from Judas, Mike, what stood out to you in movies?
I don't know if it would make if we're gonna make a collective list, if it would make that. But for me, Luca, Pixar's Luca, really has stuck with me. I just love that movie. Seen it a bunch of times. Really, I'm fine with sitting down and at any point when the kids are watching it, I'll sit down and watch some of it still. Just love the art style. Love that little Italian ocean, front city or whatever kind of thing. Just not a complex story at all. Real simple, but told really well and with really great characters, and just love it. Love Luca.
Nice.
And that's a good one. I completely kind of forgot about that one, but me and Kayla watched that when it came out and super enjoyed it. Yeah.
I know Mike's a big fan of Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember you guys talking about that bad boy.
Got your Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yep.
That's what I was going to bring up. Inside is probably top of my list, I would say.
Yeah.
It's one of top of my lists of just things this year.
Yeah.
I normally don't listen to soundtracks or anything like that, but I will listen to Inside. I know Mike, you had said that. I listen to that all the time when it had come out, and I was like, why would I want to do that? And actually, the first time I listened to it, I was like, this is fine, but I want to see it also because that movie's so visual. But second listen, third listen, fourth listen, I'm like, all right, yep, this is good shit.
Entrepreneur, born in 1964. Jeffrey.
Well, that's gonna be in my
all the time. Anytime
all the rest of the day.
his fucking name is mentioned, I'm like all day, all day.
Stuck in my brain.
I'm going to a child's party later on today, Mike. I'm gonna be singing the Jeffrey Bezos song. God damn it.
And there's also Suicide Squad to be mentioned.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. Did Raya come out this year too?
Yeah,
that was another good one.
Raya was really dope. The Little Things.
Yeah,
man, where's Big Dick Tracy? Jared Leto in that, and Denzel, man. Rami, not so much, but that's cool.
We didn't talk about it a lot on the pod, but No Sudden Move. That was I really dug that one. I really like that one.
What was that? Which was that?
That was with Benicio and Kieran Culkin.
Oh, right. I never finished that. I liked the first
Ooh.
act with like the kidnapping and everything, but I need to go back to that before
It kind
end
of
of year
got
stuff.
all over the place. There were a lot of like
Yeah,
ends that they tied up at the end, and whether you like it or not, but just the aesthetic was real cool, and definitely just like all the dialogue, all those characters interacting with each other. I dug that one, and it's a heist movie,
yeah.
so come on.
Nice.
We still got a lot of big movies coming out still, but Old might be my movie of the year so far. I
Oh, yeah?
really enjoyed Old. M Night, it's got enough on that fastball to still
Oh, yeah?
bring it. Yeah,
I loved everything that happened in that movie. I hated all of the talking in that movie.
Oh.
oh I know what you mean, but just like the relationship between like the mom and dad and that really just the they get like a full arc in that, if that makes sense. And I thought that was just really well done. Uh, yeah, there's some cringe in it, but just the weird idea, and he kind of nailed it for me.
Yeah.
I had heard disappointing things about the ending, but it worked for me. I was sold on it.
It was
So
twisty.
yeah, Old,
With the
Yeah.
check it
twist.
out.
I
And the
think that
Green Knight's dope too, man.
gotta see it.
My viewing of Green Knight was a little compromised,
Oh,
but
no.
uh, definitely one that stuck with me, and I want to watch again for sure.
Gotta check it out. I need to.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
I've
finally
heard
got to
nothing but good
Old.
things about it.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
as much as I disliked the dialogue in Old, there is a scene in there that if we do like a category, I think we should do a category when we do our nonsense of the year of like best
Hosting the
scene or
Oscar.
best moment or something. And
Yeah.
there is some dialogue between the husband and wife late in that
Yes.
movie that like, yeah,
Oh
that was,
yeah.
it
I
was
was like,
good. It's
whoa,
solid.
this
Yeah.
came out of like I did not expect this.
Yeah.
To
In a movie where like all the talking is just so bad. So
Oof.
bad.
I
Oh,
I
Hot
don't think
takes.
it's that bad here, but
well.
it ain't great.
Hey, if we could get M. Night on this spot, I will rip him.
Call us.
Get him on here. Anything else before we move on to TV? Any other movies that deserve a shout out? We'll have a longer conversation,
Yeah.
at some point,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to talk.
We've
Yeah.
been
There's one movie I want to save if we're gonna do our thankful stuff for November that I want
Ooh.
to save for that.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay,
So let's
so
move on to TV then. Let's talk a little bit about, what stood
that was
out
a heavy
in the
TV
TV
year.
space. Yeah, it was. We started off with
Yeah.
a lot of like Marvel series and stuff
Mhm.
early
Yeah.
on. You
The
know,
Winter Falcon.
yes, indeed, the old Winter Falcon.
Captain
How
Falcon.
about Kayla? You start off the TV round. What stood out to you?
I have to check, unfortunately. Did The Boys come out in 2021? Like any season? The
No,
Boys?
I think
I
It
thought
was like
season 2 was this.
real early. Yeah, okay.
Might have crossed over, even maybe.
I mean, that was my first experience, but the second season, right?
Right.
It would have been season 2 this year.
I definitely liked that. Mayor of Easttown, of course,
Oh yeah, baby.
is just magnificent. Definitely is leading the way. Of course, you got your Loki, your WandaVision, your Falcon and Winter Soldier. Those were all fun and joyful.
Man, just filling up the whole category here.
Yeah, for real. Just take them all.
I'm
Just
sorry,
take 'em
I got
off
a
the wall.
list. You asked me first.
Take 'em
I
take 'em
thought
off
we
the
were just
wall. Let's
trying
go.
to discuss the things.
Yeah, if Bo Burnham's Inside is probably Eric's favorite thing, Loki might be my
Ooh, hot take.
loved Loki. I don't know, people say like the middle of it was rough for them, not for me. It
Mm.
was a great ride the whole time. Loved how it ended where it left off with Marvel there, and yeah, and Loki and Mare are really the two
Yeah.
that stick with me. I really liked White Lotus, another HBO show.
Hmm.
Uh, there's a character on there that's really really fantastic. He would be like if I were to make like a character of the year list, he would be on. Man, I haven't finished Midnight Mass, but I'm two episodes in, and I've really enjoyed that. I could if that can kind of keep up where it's going, I could definitely see it.
I'd say that as a strong middle. Like there's a strong middle
Oh,
of
good,
that show.
good,
Yeah. So
nice, hell yeah. What about
I
you,
wanted,
Eric? What any
yeah,
other?
I wanted to
Hit it,
shout
baby.
out. I like that you brought up Midnight Mass. I want to shout out the Well, no, those were movies. I guess we should have in the movie
Yeah.
category. I
Fear
should
Street stuff?
the Fear Street stuff. Yeah, I forgot about those until you brought
Fear
up Midnight Mass,
Street.
and
Talk about it, man.
they
Yeah.
were a little up and down, but I liked what they did there a lot. I generally liked most of like the performances. It was super like high camp in a lot of sections.
Yeah, I had trouble jiving with that first one, man. Just that the soundtrack that wrote like it would
Mm.
just cutting from one song to the next. It's just like, whoa, what is this thing? Like this is all over the place. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Should I go back to any of those? Is it worth like?
I enjoyed them a
Do you need to
lot.
see them as a whole? You think to
I
really?
think it helps. I think it
Yeah,
helps because it
It's
is all just
definitely
one
one
connected
arc.
interconnected.
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so but if you don't like the
I
vibe
liked the
kind of
ending.
the vibe in the
Mm.
first two is very like very connected. You like there's a lot of
Yeah.
needle drops, there's a lot of like high camp. The third one is more traditional horror, I'd say,
Yeah.
like less camp, a little bit more like serious and stuff, but ties the story together and whatnot. So, but
Nobody
yeah.
mentioned Dune for movie, huh? No, I thought we had some Dooney Tunes
I'm
over
gonna
here.
add all of that the
Yeah,
pre-talk
I'm
we
about to
had
say you
before the
guys. It sounds like
episode.
you
Oh,
guys talked about Dune for an hour before I got on here.
No,
So
you're
you guys are
right. I mean,
you guys are
I've
like
got my
heavy into
gripes
that.
with I've got my gripes with Dune, but like visually and like the world that it's building and like excitement for the next part of it.
Got
Um
potential.
yeah.
yeah, I'm there. I mean, I'm there for it. And it wasn't bad. By any means was it not like
Dune was
it's worth
cool.
talking about. Like it was super
Oh.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
a starting point.
Yeah.
Castlevania had a new
I'm about to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Castlevania, final season of
Yes.
Castlevania. I got a few
That's got
others you guys haven't said either. So
Yeah, what you got, Tomas?
oh man.
Res Dogs.
I gotta check that
I need to
out.
watch more of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
my list
Uh,
of media to watch.
yeah, Res Dogs was good. Invincible was
Mm.
I enjoyed Invincible a lot.
It was solid.
And then I don't know. I've been watching that What We Do in the Shadows, another Taika joint. So
Hell yeah.
I've
season.
been starting season 1. I'm trying to catch up on that too.
Okay. And those are just some of the ones, but you guys pretty much named everything else that I had on my list. Mare was definitely really high up there for me, TV wise. Never had a show that made me like cheer or cry and laugh all so much at the same time. So
Yeah. I dug
but
all the Marvel stuff. Some was better than others, but like WandaVision was real fun for
Yeah.
it maybe fell flat near the end, but the first however many episodes I thoroughly enjoyed and that made up for any kind of like shortcomings. And then Mare, I got to join the Mare train. Like that
oh
show
yeah,
is just phenomenal. I liked the what is it, 8 Perfect Strangers, right? 9
9.
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I enjoyed that.
I'm almost done with that. I should finish it. Yeah. You guys?
I
You think?
wouldn't say
Yeah,
it
I
ends too
Yes, them,
strongly,
not
but
me.
if you're
Okay.
already that many episodes in, like might as
Still
well.
if only
see
to
it through.
discuss, please finish it.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you've asked me a couple times, Kayla, and I feel bad that I had
Okay,
Well,
I'll need you to refresh myself. So
Yeah.
Mm,
yeah,
It's
I'm
got an
almost
ending
done.
worth discussing, so that's
Right.
the thing. It kind of has like a
Okay.
ambiguous, let's say. I think it's ambiguous. Maybe it's not. I think that's what's worth discussing is like how
Okay.
you take the ending and and whatnot. So
Cool.
yeah, The Wire, definitely all 5 seasons of The Wire.
All,
That
all 5, baby.
just finished that. That was standout. Man, that kind of pissed me off the other day, but
Nobody mentioned Squid Games or Squid
oh
Game.
yeah,
Yeah,
Squid
Mike was
Game.
Watched it.
big on that.
Squid
Squid
Game
Game's
was all
very
right.
good.
I
Very
enjoyed
good.
Squid Game. Yeah. I don't know if it'll make my short list, but it's worthy of some discussion, I think.
It would
Yeah.
make mine for sure.
Definitely watch the subtitled version. Much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Subs
In
over dub.
Korean with English
Yeah.
subtitles. Yeah.
Tried watching it
No,
with
no, in English with Korean subtitles.
There you go.
Right.
No.
Fine, in French with Chinese subtitles. The way it was meant. Oh. How about games? Let's talk some games. What stood out to us this year? I'll start it off with my first Metroid ever.
Yeah.
Metroid Dread. I That game's probably an 8 for me, but it's a solid 8. I really enjoyed my time with it. I was frustrated at points. I think I'm just frustrated with I think Metroid is not meant for me necessarily, but that's such a good game that it's such a fun game to play and control that it gets over the fact that its structure is not for me.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
big. That's big, listeners, for Eric to go gameplay over
Yes,
over
yeah,
anything else.
over story or any
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, coming to the
Too much exploring. Didn't tell me where to go.
Oh man.
Not enough prompts. No.
Your Twitter take. God.
No.
We share those Twitter
No.
takes. So.
No,
Baby first Metroid.
Yeah, baby's first Metroid. No, I enjoyed that game a lot. That's just one of those ones where I picked it up and I didn't really put it down until I was done with it. I think I finished it in 3 days, and that's pretty fast by my current standard. So I don't get much
Yeah.
time to play video games anymore.
Man, you gave it up, man. Cool.
Yeah. Oh no, that was my most anticipated game of the year. So I hadn't had a good Metroid in a while. So, and it definitely scratched a lot of the itches that I had. So as far as other games, I know we all pretty dug The Village, RE,
Yeah.
a lot. I mean,
Good
we
call.
did a whole deep dive into that. I enjoyed Monster Hunter Rise a lot for the first 2 months that I played it, and then
Yeah,
I
same.
fell off real hard after.
Yeah, I know they've added so much to it.
I know. Well, now I'm
I
just
wanted
so
to go back,
intimidated.
but it's just oh man, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I really wanted to play that one with you guys, and I just never did.
Get a fucking Switch, bro.
I have one, yeah.
Got
Oh,
one,
well, then
babe.
fucking
Got
get it and do it.
I
I would
know.
definitely jump back in.
Yeah, if an Eric joins the fray, I'd probably be into.
I think Kayla might super enjoy.
Yeah, I think I
Rise.
would too.
Yeah.
They just did so
It's a lot
much
of
for
fun.
yeah, they did so much for quality of life in this one too. It's so nice. Easy entry level now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm looking down the list to see what else I fucking played this year that I really enjoyed, and most of the
Kayla,
shit.
you can drop half a dozen right now, right?
No,
Mass
I
Effect.
can't. We didn't play a lot of games that released in 2021. I mean, we did. I can tell you some things. The
you guys like
Medium.
Ascent and stuff like that.
Yep, The Ascent.
Yeah.
12 minutes, if that's mentionable.
Barf.
Mentionable. I don't think it makes a final cut.
Nah.
Edit that out. Oof.
We played The Last Stop, which was interesting. I did like that. That was pretty.
What was that one?
Okay.
So it's set in London. I think I had mentioned it to you. It's set in London. It's Telltale-esque. It's kind of a walking sim
right,
action
right.
game. You make some choices, but doesn't seem like the choices matter all that much. It's more or less dialogue choices. But it goes to some interesting like supernatural places, and it's 3 interconnecting stories. So you see kind of events unfolding from 3 different perspectives a little. They don't do enough to like really like show different points of view on the same subject. It's more like, oh, these 3 things are all happening at the same time more. And then and then there's a little more interlocking later on, but pretty cool. It's on Game Pass.
Okay.
Real quick, like what would we beat in like 4 hours, something like that, Kayla? It's not a
I think it was
long.
more like 6, didn't you
Okay.
say?
Yeah, maybe
Because
6.
there's like 3 people with 4 chapters, kind of each.
Yeah.
Eric, you didn't play Age of Empires 4?
Yes, I have beaten Age of Empires 4, Tomas. I have beaten Age of Empires 4. I may have put
Really?
in. Oh
Oh
yes,
man, I
yes.
didn't know that.
Oh, there are 4 campaigns, and they are beaten. Joan of Arc, done. Genghis Khan, done. The Russian Moscow scenario, done. The Norman
Okay.
campaign of William the Conqueror, oh yeah, done, baby.
Impressive. Wow.
Color me impressed.
That game, honestly, I know it's just me. It's just I'm the only AoE head here, but that game is fantastic.
I played the fuck
It's
out of 2.
Really?
Oh, well, oh man, then it's 2 with better visuals and streamlined like controls, and you can control more units. That's the coolest thing, and the
Okay.
units are smarter. They
Hmm.
like charges, like cavalry charges are better.
Yeah.
All of the military stuff. I don't want to get too much into Age of
Yeah.
Empires. I know half
Yeah,
of
man.
Age of
we've
Empires
lost
cap,
half
let's
the
go.
downloads.
We
About
want 3,000
3,000
downloads.
downloads just left, but
Oh, I'll just make like 2 Bill Simmons references before the end. We'll bounce back up. So.
Right. It's great. I really enjoy it, and the fact that it's on Game Pass and boom, you know.
Awesome. A
Love it.
facetious comment went in a completely different direction than I thought it would.
It's on my. It's
You got
certainly
real
on my
excited.
list, but
He got way more excited than I thought he would over that.
I love it.
Anybody played the new Life is Strange?
I've heard such good things. Didn't check it out though. Did not check it out.
I don't like that style of game.
I'm
You
just
know?
curious. I know those like
Yeah.
there people like those things, so I figured I'd give it the honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that seems like Josh would check that out. I don't know if we'll hear from him hopefully.
I'd love to have him on the end of the year conversation.
Yeah.
We'll get him on. We'll
Yeah.
strap
Put
him
him
to
in
a chair or something.
Put him in a headlock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Forgotten City. That's
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
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 What about the medium, Eric?
So the medium.
It's medium.
It's medium. It's very medium.
Very medium.
Yeah, I haven't got time for that.
I think unfortunately with that game, I went into it way too hyped than what it like really was.
You were-
You were so into it, bro.
If that game just like dropped on Game Pass, you know,
Should've put
like
you on the marketing team for that game.
well, the problem was I had like just bought my Xbox.
Yeah.
Like that game was their big like early year free
Seller.
release on Game Pass, you know, next gen, all of that stuff. Oh, and it's like everyone's hyping it up like it's a Silent Hill-esque type of game, you know, whatever else. And it's the most like medium Silent Hill possible. I still think it's worth playing for like if anyone's into horror.
But
Like,
is it worth buying?
no, I'd
It's
buy
not
it
worth
for
playing.
like I'd buy it for $20 if you're a horror fan.
Yeah.
And it's like $20. It might be like $20 at this point. I don't
If
know.
there are still physical copies of it in a bargain bin at GameStop, pick it
Oh,
up.
100%. Yeah, because it looks really good. The mechanics aren't all that fun to use, but they work really well. Like it all Like, the systems at play there really work. I was just assuming it was going to be a survival horror game where you had resources and you had weapons and stuff like that, and it's just not. Like, there's no real combat or anything in that game. So, you know, it's one of those things, it's hurt by my expectations of it, not necessarily that it's a bad game. It was really hurt. It's probably a 7, on the grand scale or whatever. But
Seems
in my
rather
mind,
gracious.
because yeah. No, it's not a bad game. Like, if
Okay.
anyone says that, like, it's bad, or like the story's bad, or it looks bad, or anything like that, like, no, it does everything real competently. Like, the story's fine, the visuals are good, the mechanics solid, but like, it's just not the game I thought it was, and it doesn't do anything spectacularly. Like, literally nothing does it do great.
75 on Metacritic.
Yeah, I think
So-
that's reasonable. I think that's what it is. It's like a 75 game.
So C's get degrees, baby.
Yeah. It's no AoE 4, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, hard push.
I really enjoyed the Bowser's Fury
Yeah.
weird
I'd
like
say you
Mario expansion standalone thing. Uh, really had fun with that. It was kind of exciting to see if that is the take that Nintendo's going to go forward with Mario. Really enjoyed Death's Door this year. That's coming to Switch and PlayStation stuff this month too, I think.
Yep.
That's just a really cool isometric-y Dark Souls meets Zelda game. Really great boss fights in that. Really cool. Really charming, fun story in that as well. And yeah, Forgotten City. I like that a lot. That's on Game Pass now. New Pokemon Snap left me a little disappointed, but
Same here.
just because it's not Pokemon Snap. Like, it's hard. I guess it'd be hard to make that game again, but bigger. The changes that they made and stuff, not exactly what I wanted them to go with Snap. But it's still really cool. It was just fun, like unlocking new levels, seeing what Pokemon I'm gonna find. It still had that magic to it.
Yeah, and it was cool that it finally happened.
Yes, yeah. I hope it's not another 20 years until it happens again. I hope they can keep going with that. I don't know how successful it was, but
the video games will be installed in our heads by then. So.
Oh yeah.
Mass Effect Legendary. I forgot to mention Mass Effect Legendary. I don't know if that counts. It is just like a remaster.
I think
or
so.
whatever.
Okay. All right, well then put Castlevania GBA collection.
yeah. I've been playing a ton of that too.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of figure out those lines. Like,
it's our stuff. We can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, we should set our own within ourselves. Things.
It's year one.
So we know what we're working
no rules.
with.
Year one.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Mike to mention one.
Oh wow.
I'll go ahead.
If remasters still count, Alan Wake remastered. Brought me back to why I love that game, and it's
Eric's
a lot
favorite
of fun.
game.
I super dug it.
Yeah, I'm just curious to hear Mike's take on the WarioWare that came out.
I played that one too.
I heard a little bit. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot. Like, the older games had a lot to do.
Yeah.
You'd want to beat the game with every character, basically. And this one, once you unlock all the characters, you could just try to get high scores on those characters' game, like that character's world, their specific games and stuff like that. But as a fun co-op party kind of experience, it's pretty solid.
I was looking more to.
Yeah, we played it, right? We played it at your house.
All three of us, yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. They did more with that character, like you control the character concept, than I thought they were going to do.
Okay.
So,
it just kind of stinks for me, and I don't think this is like the first person I ever have this take, but like the characters are wildly different, but not in good ways necessarily. Like they all
Right.
have
Yeah.
wildly different abilities, and some of them just kind of suck, and some
Yeah.
of them are
No,
just
they suck really
really
bad.
good. Like it's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm happy I got this randomized, because a lot of the games are randomized and stuff. Like, and you'll get this super OP character, and you're like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, this is feeling good.
Yeah.
This works.
I'm good at video games. Screw Mike.
If you
Like,
get
yeah.
the dinosaur with the weird tongue or 9-volt on the skateboard, you're
Oh,
just like,
God.
I lost this. This is not. There's no way I'm going to.
That's a hell of a dice roll.
Yeah.
I got like 2 more
Sure.
mentionables.
Really?
Mike, I know you played Axiom Verge 2. Did you ever end up finishing it?
No.
Neither did I.
No.
Kind of fell off. That's kind of why I wanted to get you bounce that off of you. There was just a lot going on at the time. I still got it on my Switch. Never quite got
Yeah.
back.
I got real deep into that, but man, once it really, there's like a light world, dark world mechanic in that game,
Yeah.
and once it starts where like you can go to the dark world from any spot now, it's like, oh fuck, I don't want to
Too
go back
much.
and try to
much.
find all these this shit. God. I think that was my Metroid Dread kind of Eric
Ooh.
experience where I'm just
Oh wow.
like,
I don't think I got
man,
that far into it.
I don't want to have to like just figure this shit out right now. Like I just don't want to do it, and I didn't do it. But yeah, I was hyped for that game. I really liked the first one.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know. Maybe it's just like how kind of just lame the melee combat is, and
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that too much.
yeah, kind of cool style though.
Yeah.
That one.
All right, and my last thing, and just recently came out, the Diblo 2 remake.
Oh man, didn't touch it. Haven't touched it.
I have it on my
I haven't
Switch. I
touched
haven't
it yet.
touched it yet. I have it on my Switch.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Maybe we'll bring that up. Try to play that more.
Yeah.
Before listicles.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's just
put it
like-
on my media list now.
Yeah.
I'd love to get some co-op going. That'd be fun.
Ooh, is it?
shit.
It's online co-op, right?
Back together?
I think so. I think we
Oh.
could kill Diablos together. I hope so.
Oh man, it's
I
been
know
so
it doesn't
long
have.
since we killed Diblos together.
It doesn't have local. I don't think. It should have online. I hope.
Well,
That'd be awesome.
do it.
Hey,
Do
I think
it.
you live so far, Tomas.
go to Bell.
You're not local.
Go to Bell.
I wonder if it has cross-play. That might be the concerning thing.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause I'm playing
done.
mouse and keyboard, baby. Come on.
Hey, whoa, hey. Calm down.
So yeah, I think that's every game that came out this year. I don't think there's a single game we didn't
All of them.
The ones that
touch.
matter, at least. I'm saying
It's
it.
interesting. I like.
You guys, did Resident Evil, like, do you still think back on that? Like,
I was literally just gonna say, like, man, that was beginning of the year. Some of our earliest podcasts, and like that
forever
might
ago.
still be at least top like 3 in my mind. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
thinking about it now, like I'm like, man, I dug that game. You know, like,
Staying power wise, yeah. It's
It's up there for me. There's not much that really just has been outstanding for the rest of the year. I know one thing we didn't mention, and I don't think any of us has had the opportunity to play it. Maybe Aaron, but Returnal, right?
Looking at that.
man, had my first taste of trying to get a PS5 and failing the other day.
Oh.
I want to play Returnal. I want to play Ratchet.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some PS5 stuff finally kind of building up that I want to check out. So gotta try to get one soon.
We still never played Miles Morales, but that was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. That was like on the cusp, I guess. To me, like Judas and the Black Messiahs, and because like Oscars happened already, and it like won some stuff. Like to me, it was like almost like eliminated from the year.
Wow.
Not for me.
Right. But that's just how my weird brain worked.
with
These
it.
last
weird
couple
brand.
years have been so weird anyway,
Yes,
with
they
things
have.
getting pushed back and just the Oscars being at a weird time, and just like all of
Yeah.
those things have kind of screwed with the perception of like, oh, did this come out? Like even a lot of movies and stuff that were like at the beginning of the year were actually released, end of last year, but it's like, was it a January movie or was it a December movie?
It all,
Whatever.
it all
Like-
recently just hit me like a ton of bricks. I went to an event for like it was like an anniversary, I think like a 50-year anniversary for something. And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, it was last year." They were like, "We're celebrating like 1 year lapsed for the thing that was gonna happen the year before." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Wait, yeah, pandemic thing, yeah."
Yeah, but like The Quiet Place 2 is like that, right? Like it came out this year,
It did.
but I feel like if you look it up, it still says like that it's a 2020 release.
I think
Oh,
you're right. I
really?
think like Barb and
Because-
Star is a similar situation. Like it was
Yeah.
set to release late last year and maybe even did like a limited release or something, but then like came to like was picked up by Amazon or whatever.
We're gonna have the Black Widow discussion.
Right.
Solid
I mean,
movie.
it might make a top 10 maybe.
No, I'm saying, but wasn't that supposed to come out like way fucking earlier?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and should have. Yeah, definitely.
Even longer.
Would it have been a contender if it came out at the right time?
I think it would have improved my take on that movie if it if that movie had come out honestly, like not even the delay, like if that movie would have came out like 5 years ago, honestly.
Yeah, it needed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like-
when I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah, it just after all the delays and everything else, even if it came out like last year when it was initially supposed to, I don't.
Hey,
maybe
Black Widow is the 22nd greatest Marvel movie. Okay, don't disrespect.
Is that right above Eternals?
Oh no!
We'll see.
Let's see.
I know we're gonna. Should we just start kind of talking about stuff that could
The rest of the
potentially-
year. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk about
hit
the
it.
rest of the year. Thanks, Mike, for
Like,
that beautiful segue.
I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, but I
Yeah,
know it's
bye.
coming to Disney Plus this month, and I think that could make my list for sure.
For good things.
Hawkeye as well. I'm excited for that. That's November. I think for Christmas, the kids want a VR thing.
Oh,
Wow.
So we've been thinking about getting an Oculus Quest 2, which
Meta,
means
Meta
I
Quest,
will
think.
be able to play Resident Evil VR, Resident Evil 4 VR.
People are loving it. People are loving it.
And hearing
baby.
people act like it's being able to see that game with fresh eyes again.
Oh
like,
my god,
shit.
dude.
Like I
Tempt
want
me
that.
no more.
So that if that happens, if I get to play that, I think that will for sure be on my list. What about you guys?
So the kids
you-
are getting the VR, and Tomas is getting flight tickets to come up and steal the VR.
Absolutely.
The Oven Man.
Look.
Gotta see that Oven Man pop out.
Look, man, I get 2 weeks vacation and I get a week for sick days. So clear out a room.
We don't have a lot of space here, Tomas, but you're kind of, you're
Put
good.
me in a corner.
We're
We're good,
drawer
baby.
somewhere. We are.
Those would be more like sick day.
Yeah.
We have to finish campaign on professional together, Mike.
Oh.
So
We do. We have to do that. We'll each kind of fit our head in the VR at one point.
yeah, like you get
Oh,
one
man.
eye, I get the other eye.
That's true professional mode. Like that's true hard mode. Each seeing one eye of the VR. Oh man.
Is that Coen brother? Is that Coen brother movie? The Shakespeare adaptation.
Hamlet, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's coming out later this year.
That just looks really cool. That short teaser trailer they showed. I'm excited for that.
is that the one in black and white?
Yes.
we've already played a decent amount. We're like 30% into it or whatnot. But Back for Blood, I think there's a chance that if that game, like if the second half or whatever of that game is as fun as it has been, I've enjoyed it so much. It could make my list of games. I've just really
It's been
enjoyed
good.
playing with Mike and Kayla, and I just it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
good
kind of
call.
fun. It's
Great call.
yeah, so I think it should be it could fall flat, it could get old. I've heard that the card system really like works to keep it varied and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't felt that yet. So if that falls flat, maybe not for the rest of the year, but we'll see. For movies, for me, the more I see little tidbits of The Matrix 4,
Oh,
I loved the first three, despite the weirdness and some of the bad CGI and the bonkers story and stuff like that. I just liked the concept of the Matrix, and like I liked all those characters, and just it's just a cool world and stuff, and I want to go back to that world. I didn't like when it was announced and they're like, "Oh, we're getting Keanu back, and we're getting Carrie Ann Moss back, and we're not getting Lawrence
Where's
Fishburne
Lawrence
back."
Fishburne?
But he's getting played like he was replaced by Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who I really like. So like that's perfect. Like if you're replacing him, cool. Yeah, I'm just like it went from like something I was like, I don't think I need another Matrix to like, yeah, I think I need another Matrix.
Saw a
So
trailer
oh,
for it in theaters. I didn't go see a new movie. I went to go see a pre-Halloween screening of Beetlejuice at a
nice.
small
ooh,
timey theater we got.
nice.
So I got to see in theaters a Matrix 4 trailer. And
Sick.
Ooh.
my first immediate reaction is like, where the fuck's Lawrence Fishburne? It's like, that's not my Morpheus.
Yeah, there's some theories online of like how they're gonna explain it, and they think they're gonna tie it into the Matrix online video
Rebooting.
game, which is weird. There's
Oh
some
man,
theories
I
online.
remember when there was like so much hype for that video game in like fucking GamePro and shit for like months.
Apparently, it had like a decent community and stuff. Like people liked it, and like the story, it for a time it was like canon story. They like added
Yeah,
more to the story and everything else,
Wow.
and
I think some of the Matrix
apparently
is like that too. Yeah,
right. So apparently people are at least theorizing that they're taking some of the storylines from that game and working them into the
Repurposing
movie
it.
kind of thing. Yeah, kind of how like Star Wars does with
Star
their
Wars now.
expanded universe stuff,
Yeah.
like just kind of
Now
co-opting that.
everything used to be not canon, now everything is canon.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
They flip flop on that every couple of years.
I'm glad you brought up Matrix, and only for this one reason, because I don't like the Matrix era. But
Ooh.
bringing up Yaya, he was great in Candyman. I thought Candyman
Mm.
came
I'll
out
have to
this
see
year.
it.
Really enjoyed it. That has a good chance of making my list.
That's gonna have to be like a watch by myself kind of movie. It's like we try to watch a horror movie for Halloween. My girlfriend's recommendation and idea, spearheaded, driven by her, and she even chose the movie. And I I watched The Shining, and I pretty much had to pause it about like 15 times throughout the whole entire movie. So, but yeah, I'll probably be seeing Candyman by myself.
Yeah. Not to continuously bring it up, but of course I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm
I'm
Spider-Man.
I'm I'm keeping my expectations checked for Spidey.
Ooh,
I don't
sure.
know.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
have
I like
got a
kind of
funky
always
feeling
want
about
to
it.
do that,
I don't know.
Yeah, Marvel
Then
movies
like
on glass right now.
The Last Night in Soho looks
Mm.
interesting.
Mm.
Um, I would like to check out The French Dispatch.
Yeah.
And Don't Look Up, that comes out this year, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Don't
supposed to
Look Up.
come around Christmas
Hey, I'm
season.
excited for that one.
Cool.
They're not brand new, but It Takes Two just came to
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Yeah,
Really want
I
to
just
play
saw
that.
that.
I wanted to ask you, Mike, like Selena doesn't really play much or anything. Do you think
No.
she'd play that with you or?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man.
Maybe the
No.
kid.
Yeah, one of the kids will probably play with you.
I don't know if I know that game that goes into some stuff like some.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know if
Yeah,
the kid
adult themes.
is gonna want to
Yeah.
know like the divorce angle and relationship angle of that game. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know.
it's got
I don't know.
some weight to it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I'd like to play it though. I've heard nothing but great things about that one. I'll have to find a co-op buddy somehow.
2 controllers. Just
There you go.
you know,
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
just like
pay for
playing
it if you can.
RE4, in the VR. Same idea.
Right.
Um, so yeah, It Takes Two. That just came to Game Pass. It came out earlier this year, but I think it still qualifies. And then, gosh, I had
I
something
got a
else and it
question.
just escaped me. Yeah, what's up?
Can that cross-platform?
I think so.
I'm saying it's like because that's Microsoft, right? And I mean, so I could technically get it through my computer.
Yeah, I think I know when it came out, everyone was like really excited that it was super accessible because literally like if you bought a copy of the game, it gave you another digital copy to like give to a friend.
Ooh, that's a fun concept.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that it's cross-platform, but I don't 100% know.
We'll figure out a way to VR it, Mike. So.
Cool.
The harder they fall.
The Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
That was the other one. That was thank you, Kayla. That was the other one that it came out a couple days ago. Still haven't
I want to watch
out.
it.
Netflix. So
What were you saying, Mike?
I think it's called Licorice Pizza, that new Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Sounds disgusting.
Trailer didn't do a lot for me, but I'm always down for some PTA. So I definitely want to see that.
Mike's a member of the PTA.
I don't know if this technically counts, but man, the Game Awards are less than a month or like a month away, and I'm super hyped for those. Jeff Keighley's been on Twitter like every day hyping it up, but he always does that. He always, has to, be his own hype man for these things. But excited to see what comes of that, what new stuff we see. I would like to talk about it on the pod for sure.
Good call.
Nice.
Zola.
Yeah, gotta
I
see
wanted
that.
to see that. Yeah, man, so much.
So much.
Too much.
Yeah. We'll do what we can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going to be impossible for us to cover everything, but we cover a lot of bases. We'll be good.
Yeah.
I think we'll just make a group list, when we do the actual discussion. We'll make it a big group project and we'll see, we don't even need to necessarily rank it, but if we, all agree on something, I could see like Mare as an example being like top TV, just collectively we all really dug that show. So,
Yeah.
That should be Loki, but that's okay.
Hey man, Loki was great too. We
Good.
can have that conversation right now. We're gonna have that. No, later.
Alright.
Later. Anything else? The rest of the year, or anything we missed yet? That we haven't checked out.
Something.
Yeah.
But I think we covered it. We did it.
I think we did well. I think we did.
Yeah.
Real good.
Did a pretty good blanket.
So that'll be either end of December, early January, where we go over our Nonsense of the Year awards, ranking, all of that. That'll be a lot of fun. Before we wrap up, I want to say again, thank you, everyone. Especially, I guess we're probably getting some new listeners because we've eclipsed 2,000 downloads, and it happened kind of rapidly over the last couple weeks. We had a big jump, a big spike in listenership. So thank you to all the new listeners, or if people went back and checked out the old stuff, whatever the case may be. Whoever you are out there, thank you as always.
I think only 100 of those downloads is me.
Yeah.
But
Probably. I
it's
mean,
pretty good.
I think I was downloading each episode twice on Spotify and
On
my other
Spotify,
podcast app
yep.
for a
I
while.
did that for a while too.
Nice.
Well,
I
you
love it.
stopped, and then we got to jump. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all
Then he
me.
got a new
You're
phone and just like 1,500 downloads happened. No, we appreciate you out there, everyone listening, everyone who goes on social media and interacts with us. We really dig you.
Yeah,
it's
we want more of it.
Yes, we obviously like to talk about video games, movies, and TV shows. So if you got anything to say, bring it to the table.
And the rewatchables.
Yes.
yeah, hit
There
us
it is.
up. We've
Second
got
plug.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got our fan group, Monstars. Join the group, join the conversation. Let us know what you're checking out, what we should check out. If our takes are good or bad, your stuff of the year. I'd love to get that conversation going with you guys. Feel free to leave us a voice message, maybe something we missed. Go to anchor.fm/machine of nonsense. Let us know what you think of what we've been digging this year and what you have been digging this year. So I think we're going to wrap up episode 53 of the Machine of Nonsense. Thank you guys again for 2,000 downloads. We're getting out of here and we're saying goodbye.
Bye.
See you.
Millennium.